Hey guys, today I have the honor and privilege of doing my first collab with the one and only Kate the Sleepy Teacher. You guys know Kate? She teaches down in San Diego, which is really close to me. It's like maybe half an hour away, and we've been trying for a long time to get together and do something, do a video together, but we just haven't been able to pull it off. So the other day she messages me, she texts me, and she says, hey, do you want to do one of these videos for my series? And if you don't know, Kate is doing this series, it's an alphabet series, and she's taking a letter and finding a word for every word in the alphabet, for every letter in the alphabet. And she's like, just pick any letter you want, and then make a video. And I'm like, I'm in, man. So she says, okay, I'm on L, I think she said, and she said, just pick a letter. So I'm like, I'm Mr. N. What other letter could I pick but N? So today's, I gotta give you like a little backstory. So she says, okay, pick a letter. I said, I'm gonna pick N because I'm Mr. N. And she said, okay, now pick a word. I'm like, okay, I gotta think about this. So I'm thinking, and I'm like, NEGU. It has to be NEGU. So I text her back, and I said, I spell it out, N-E-G-U. And she's like, what is that? I'm gonna have to Google this. So there's a little pause in between our texting conversation, and she gets back to me, and she's like, never ever give up. And I'm all, ding. Exactly. So NEGU stands for never ever give up. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but let me give you the story behind that. There is a church that I go to called Saddleback, and the senior pastor is Rick Warren. And one of the pastors on staff had a daughter named Jessie, and she was just a regular, everyday South Orange County girl. And then one day, they took her to the doctor, and they found out that she had cancer. She had a tumor in her brain, and so they had to take her to the hospital, and she started getting treatments. And I'll link the description to the video because they documented her life through all these news stories and things, not because she was a young girl with cancer, but for the extraordinary things that she did. And she came up with these joy jars, and the video tells the whole story of how she was coming home from the hospital one day, and she asked her dad, when do the other kids get to go home? And he's like, not everybody is like you. And so she's like, well, we got to do something for them. And he was just struck by how incredible his daughter was, that she would go and look beyond herself, not looking for anything for herself, but she was like, how can we help these other kids? And so she came up with these jars. Actually, it was a bag, I think, and they put a bunch of things that would bring joy to these kids that were in the hospital. And the hospital asked her if they could put them in these plastic jars, and these things became joy jars. And so she filled these things, and it spread like wildfire, and there were other hospitals all around the country that were asking for these things. And so she spent the rest of her life filling these jars for these kids, to try to bring joy to these kids. And the Jessie Reese Foundation, their motto is NEGU, and it stands for never ever give up. And so how does that apply to teaching? Well, in so many ways. Come on, it's just an easy transition, right? But have you ever heard the statistic that some crazy percentage of teachers leave the profession within 5 years? Well, up until now, I was like, how could anyone leave this profession? It's the greatest profession in the world. But then I hit 5 years, my 5 year mark, and I'm like, I can't take this anymore. This is like the politics, and I had 2 just really horrible years in a row, and just the lack of support and just getting beat down. I was like, I can't live like this anymore, and I really wanted to get out. I was interviewing for sales jobs. I was ready to leave, and my friends rallied around me, my family rallied around me, and they're like, you are meant to do this. Like, this is your calling. You were meant to be a teacher. And so I stuck it out. And now I'm entering my 6th year, and I feel so incredibly lucky to do what I do. And my situation has changed quite a bit. We brought on, I've shown you Kirsten so many times in my videos. She's like my little angel, and Brandon is like my brother from another mother. I don't know what I'd do without either one of them. So I'm so lucky to do what I do, and really never ever give up, because our kids need us. Those students need us. They need, like, I just watched this other video from what is her name? I'm gonna write it down here. I forgot her name. Elizabeth something. She's a kindergarten teacher in California, but she just like poured out her soul on this video that she just posted. You guys got to watch this thing. It's people like that. Like, this is what we have to do. Like, this is how we're gonna make the world a better place, by being great teachers and caring about these kids. So my letter is N, and my word is NEGU, and I hope that you guys NEGU. Okay? Thanks for watching, and Kate, thank you for letting me do this video with you, and I will talk to you soon. So long.